Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to go through page 2 of the ratio 1:8 shadow test now. So question 9, we've got a currency conversion question here. It gives the exchange rate from pounds to New Zealand dollars. And if you remember, if you've watched the video of me going through this in the pack, I would suggest making a little key that gets you between currencies. So a little multiplication there would take us from 1 to 2.11 by timesing by 2.11, and then obviously dividing by that number would be the reverse. So Josh changes £350 into New Zealand dollars. How many dollars does he get? So we need to do 350 times 2.11. And that gives us 738.5. Remember, with money though, give 2 decimal places. For obvious reasons. Okay, a pair of headphones costs £45 in London and $93 in Auckland, which is in New Zealand by the way. Where are the headphones cheaper? So we only need to convert one of these into the other currency. We don't need to convert them both. There's no point in doing that. So maybe if we convert the £45 into dollars, then we can just compare them in dollars. So we're going to do 45 times 2.11. See what that gives us. $94.95. Okay, so they are cheaper in Auckland. Okay. Right. Tom, Richard and Harry share £300 between them in the ratio 4 to 1 to 7. How much should each one of them receive? So what I would normally do on this sort of question is add up to see how many parts there are in total. So that would be 12 parts. And it's £300 that we're sharing into those 12 parts. The way we did this in the pack was to write down the sort of ratio parts, including the total of how many parts there are, and then underneath show the real life amounts that those would represent. We know that in total the 12 parts represent £300. So we have to figure out what one part is worth using these two linked bits of information. So to work out what one part is worth, we're going to do 300 divided by 12. So 25, so each part is worth £25. So Tom is going to get £100, Richard's going to get £25, and Harry's going to get £175. And quick check, you can see that all of those are going to add up to 300. Okay, Mohammed and Paul win a cash prize and split it in a ratio 5 to 3. Mohammed receives £60. How much money was won altogether? We're going to use the same method as we did above, so 5 to 3, and in total that would be 8 parts. But it's not £60 that we're sharing into 8 parts. It says Mohammed receives £60. Now Mohammed was the first person in this ratio, so he got 5. His amounted to £60. So it's this time, it's from this that we can find how much each part is worth. And 5 goes into 60 12 times. Now we could, from this, now work out how much Paul gets by timesing by 12, but actually it just wants the total, so I could just times this by 12. That would be £96. If we did it the other way, Paul got 36, because 3 times 12 is 36, and we could add those together to get 96 as well, so several different ways of doing it. Number 12. To obtain the desired colour for his project, Rick is mixing blue paint with yellow paint in the ratio 2 to 3. A litre of blue paint costs $7.99 and a litre of yellow paint costs $6.99. If Rick needs 30 litres of his desired colour, how much will it cost him? Okay, so 2 parts blue to 3 parts yellow, that means there's 5 parts altogether. Now let's just assume that these parts are each a litre, so 2 litres of blue and 3 litres of yellow would make 5 litres of this new colour, green I assume. We need 30 litres of it, and that means that we would multiply by 6 to get that. So we would need to multiply each part by 6 as well. So that would be 12 parts blue and 18 parts yellow. Okay, so we want 12 litres of blue, and that's going to be 12 lots of 7.99. And 18 lots of yellow, so 18 lots of 6.99. And when we add those together, we get £221.80. Okay, number 13. On a bus, the ratio of men to women is 3 to 4. What fraction of the bus passengers are men? So this doesn't mean that there are 7 passengers and 3 of them are men, but for the purposes of this, that we can think of it that way if you like. So 3 out of 7 are male, not men. What fraction are female? The remaining 4 out of 7. Number 14, pounds and kilograms in the ratio 20 to 9. So that means there are 20 pounds for every 9 kilograms. Draw a graph to illustrate this. Okay, well I think this is a square, so same amount of squares vertically as they are horizontally. But basically I shall draw this on. In fact, I'm going to pause the recording here and then start it again once I've done this. Okay, I've actually gone with the vertical axis being pounds and the horizontal being kilograms. It doesn't matter which way around they are. And I've actually used a different scale on each one as well. So I'm going up in 2s on this vertical scale just so I could make sure I got to 20, and I'm going up in 1s on the horizontal scale, and that's absolutely fine, whatever works best. Okay, so now I need to actually draw in the conversion line, and I'm told that 20 pounds are equal to 9 kilograms. So I'm going to go up to 20 and across to 9, and that would be there. Okay, and of course 0 pounds would be 0 kilograms as well. Now, because I've only got 1 point on my graph here, I'm going to have to be very accurate, make sure I go right through the middle of it. Okay, now use your graph to convert 15 kilograms to pounds. So 15 kilograms is there. It is going to hit my line, but it's going to be off the graph somewhere, so it's going to be about there. I'm going to just extend my other one for a second. Okay, and bringing that back across. Alright, so given that this scale is going up in 2s, that would be 32, almost 34. So 33.5-ish. Okay, and then it says convert 250 pounds to kilograms. Well, I don't have 250 pounds on this axis, but I could use 25 pounds. So I'm just going to write down what I'm going to do here. 25 pounds. Some of you may know the abbreviation for pounds is LBS. Make sure I'm as accurate as I can be. Okay, and that's about 11.4-ish. I'm going to just be as accurate as I can be here. We're using a conversion line, so it's not going to be perfect, and there will be some degree of allowance in the answer. So to scale that up to 250 pounds, I would times by 10, so this would be 114 kilograms. Okay. Number 15, a washing machine costs £399 plus VAT. VAT is at 20%, so we need to add 20% to this basically. What is the total cost of the washing machine? So if I'm going to increase something by 20%, the quickest way to do it is just to use a multiplier that would do that for me. So I'm going to times by 1.2. Timesing by 0.2 would find me 20%. Timesing by 1.2 will instantly increase it by 20%. And that gives me £406.80. Okay, paving slabs cost £6.50 each. Paving for You offers 15% off when you spend over £150. How much would it cost to buy 30 slabs? So 30 lots of £6.50 is 195, and then we need to take 15% off. And using the method we used above, using a multiplier, to decrease something by 15%, we would times by 0.85. £165.75.